taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long.
Hello, what's up mga kamatler na isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na mga teacher at edu-creator ng mathematics, si Sir Ash. And today, we are going to discuss a level up review series para naman sa ating mga minamahal na grade 8 students in preparation para sa kanilang upcoming second quarter examinations. Alright, sa video na ito ay magkakaroon kayo ng maraming matututunan na mga bagay tungkol sa mga questions or sa mga competencies na maaaring lumabas sa inyong examination, at saka it could help you also review to your lessons on the second quarter exams. Alright, so without further ado, let's do this. Question number 1. What is the graph of linear inequalities in two variables? Is it A, parabola, B, straight line, C, half plane, or D, half of a parabola? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, napakadali lamang ng question na ito. Bakit? Because we are talking about linear inequalities. When we say linear, it is a line. So basically, ang graph ng mga linear equation ay isang linya. However, kapag sinabi ng inequalities, meaning not equal na ang pinag-uusapan natin. Ibig sabihin, it is a series of set of answers. Alright? So therefore, magkakaroon tayo ng shade mula sa linya natin. And basically, when we talk about a straight line, para sa linear equation yun. So therefore, this straight line is wrong. However, ito namang parabola ay para sa mga quadratic equation. So it is also wrong. Therefore, kapag na-shade natin ang isang part ng isang straight line or yung either yung up niya or yung down niya or yung left or the right side niya, technically speaking, we are talking about half plane. So therefore, the answer for this question is letter C. Okay, let's try. Alright. So napakadali lang ng question na ito. I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 2. Which of the following is a linear inequality in two variables? Is it A, 3a minus 4b is equal to 5? B, 7x plus 3 is less than 12? C, 3x is less than or equal to 21? Or D, 11 plus 3t is greater than or equal to 2s? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this. Okay, math learner, isa na namang madaling question ang meron sa ating series of questions for today. So, what is the answer for this given example or for this given equation? If you answer letter A, mali kayo because it uses the equal symbol. That is an equation. So, mali yan. Next, we have here B, C, and D. Puro mga inequality symbol yan. Okay, that's good. However, the question itself is linear inequality in two variables, meaning dalawang letter or dalawang literal coefficient ang pinag-uusapan. So, for letter B, isa lang, x. For letter C, ganun din, isa lang. So, therefore, the correct answer for this question is letter D. Ayan. Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. So, I hope you got that one. Let's go to question number 3. Which of the following ordered pairs is a solution of the inequality 6x plus 2y is less than or equal to 10? Is it A, 1, 1, B, 2, 0, C, 1, 4, or D, 4, 0? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to finalize your answers. Okay, math learner, para sa question naman na ito, ang gagawin lang natin is to do trial and error. We will substitute the values of our x and y coordinates to our given inequality. So, kung saan doon ang nagsasatisfy sa ating given inequality, then that would be our answer. So, let's consider this 1, 1 muna. So, if x is 1, y is 1, is this linear inequality satisfy a true statement? Okay. So, papalitan lang yan natin. So, if this is 6x, that means 6 times 1. Okay? Kasi 1 tayo dito. Then for y, 1 din. So 2 times y tayo. Okay, let us try. 6 times 1, that is 6. 2 times 1, that is 2. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, so 8, ito yon, is less than or equal to 10. Is it correct? Okay, very good. It is correct. It is a true statement. So therefore, our answer or letter A is already the correct solution for this given problem. So let's try if we are correct. Yan. Okay. So napakadali lang,
Easy,
my
right?
dear math learners. So ito namang dalawa at tatlong dito. B, C at D, mali yan. Okay. So now let us go to the next question. Question number 4. How many solutions does a linear inequality in two variables have? Is it A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, or D, infinite? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners, isa na namang madaling question ang meron sa atin ngayon. So, how many solutions does a linear inequality in two variables have? So, basically, kung pag-uusapan natin, as what I've said earlier kanina, kung ano yung graph, that is a half plane, right? So, when we say half plane, ibig sabihin, lahat ng points na nandoon sa shaded region ng half plane na yun ay mga answers or mga possible solution ng ating isang linear inequality. Thus, we can say that the final answer for this question is letter D. Alright, ito yon, infinite. Okay, tama tayo, my dear math learners.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga. So now, let us go to question number 5. The sum of the ages of Jennifer, given by the variable M, and Roy, given by the variable N, is not more than 32. So, which among the four is a good representation of this given statement? So, is it A, M plus N is greater than 32? B, M plus N is less than 32? C, M plus N is less than or equal to 32? Or D, M plus N is greater than or equal to 32? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this problem. Okay, math learners, ang question naman na ito ay napakadali pa rin. Bakit? Because we just need to substitute or to translate our sentence or our English phrase into a mathematical phrase. So in order to do that, let us consider the given words. When we say the sum, it means plus. So plus sila lahat. Okay, very good. How about Jennifer M and Roy N? So M at N ang pinag-uusapan natin ng mga variables. M plus N, M plus N, M plus N. Okay, check din sila sa apat na yon. But ito naman dito is not more than 32. So when we are talking is not more than 32, hindi sosobra sa 32. So ibig sabihin, lesser or equal ang pag-uusapan natin na applicable sa given statement na ito. Because kung more than na yan, mali ka na. So less than or equal, pasok ka pa. So ano yung symbol ng less than or equal dito? Okay, so very good, my dear math learners. Ito yung letter C. So therefore, our answer here is letter C. Okay, easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 6. Changes in the blank variable causes changes in the blank variable. Is it A, independent, independent, B, dependent, dependent, C, dependent, independent, or D, independent, dependent? Okay, so I'll give you 5 seconds for this question. Okay, my dear math learners, ang question na ito ay isang fill in the blanks, right? Very obvious naman doon. Okay, so changes in the blank variable causes changes in the blank variable. So these statements technically goes to the relationship between independent and dependent variable. So pag sinabing dependent, nagdedepende siya. Independent, hindi siya nagdedepende. So therefore, yung isa ay nagdedepende sa hindi nagdedepende. So, independent and then dependent. So, yung dependent nagdedepend sa independent. So, therefore, kapag na-change natin ang independent, of course, magkakaroon niya ng effect to our dependent variable. So therefore, the correct answer here is letter D. Alright, so mali ang A, B, at C. I hope you got the correct answer, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 7. Which of the following graphs does not represent a function? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this. Okay, math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito. Bakit? Kasi ang technique para malaman na ang isang graph ay isang function, you just need to test it using the vertical line test. Okay, so yung vertical line, ganito yon. Okay, isang straight line na nakatayo. So whenever you make a vertical line to the graph, ibig sabihin, kailangan exactly 1 point lang ang tatamaan niya. Therefore, kapag tatama siya ng 2 or more, hindi na function ang drawing na yon or ang graph na yon. Okay. So, which among these 4 ang tatama ng 2 beses? Okay, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners, kasi kung ang sagot nyo ay A, ayan, mali kayo. Kung B, mali din kayo. How about C? D pala, mali kayo. Okay, because the correct answer here is letter C. Alright, bakit? Because ang C lang kapag gagawa ka ng vertical line test here, pag gagawa ka ng vertical line dyan, or even itong y-axis, i-consider mo na vertical line test, tatama na sa 2 point yan. However, dito, isang beses lang. Dito, isang beses lang din. And so goes to this one. So therefore, ito lang ang hindi function. Alright, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 8. Which table of values represents a function? Is it A, this one, B, this one, C, this one, or D, ito yon. Okay, look at the table of values, my dear math learners, and I'll give you 5 seconds to check or to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, ano kaya ang tamang sagot sa question na ito? Of course, let us consider the relationship of the function in terms of the domain and range. Remember, na sa domain and range, the domain represents the x values while the range represents the y values. Masasabi lang natin na isang function ang isang relation, okay, na given, if and only if kapag ito ay either 1-to-1 correspondence or many-to-one correspondence. Ibig sabihin, yung mga x variables mo, okay, or yung mga domain mo, should not have at least 2 the same sagot. Okay, so titingnan natin dito, which of the following? So, we have here 1 and 1, pero 2 different value ng range. So, bawal na ito. So, pwede lang tayo 1-to-1, okay, stick to 1, or many-to-one. Maraming x, tapos the same y lang, okay lang yun. Function pa rin. Otherwise, mali na. Okay, how about letter B? So, let's try A, mali na yun. Ayan. So, letter B, okay, isang ano lang, 1, isang number lang, pero ang dami niyang y, ang dami niyang range. So, this is also wrong. Kasi 1 to many ito. Ayan. How about letter C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 9. Okay, walang nag-repeat sa given domain and range. So, therefore, this is the correct answer. Ayan. And letter D, of course, mali ito. Bakit? Kasi puro negative 1, isang number lang, too many values of the range. So, therefore, 1 to many ito. So, it is also wrong. So, therefore, the correct answer for this, number 8, is letter C. Ayan. Easy lang talaga. Now, let us go to question number 9. Conditional statements composed of 2 clauses. What do we call the if clause? Okay, so ano daw ang tawag sa if clause? So when we are talking about the if clause, kasi if and then statements yan, right? So is it A, hypothesis, B, conclusion, C, statement, or D, clause? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Okay, math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito because in the if and then statements for conditional statements, if represents the hypothesis while then represents the conclusion. So the correct answer here is letter A. Ayan. So, mali ang tatlo na yan. Okay, easy
right?
lang talaga. Now, let's go to question number 10. Nakaka 25% na tayo sa ating series ngayon. Now, we have question number 10. If the angles are congruent, then it has the same measures. What do you call the underlined portion in this conditional statement? Ito yon. It has the same measures. Is it A, conclusion, B, hypothesis, C, argument, or D, the converse? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this one. Okay, my dear math learners, napakadali lang ng question na ito. Kasi, of course, ito, if and then. If is the hypothesis kanina. Ano yung next? Okay, very good. That is the conclusion. Okay, so the correct answer here is conclusion. Ayan. So, mali ang B, C, at D. Alright. Napakadali lang. So, congratulations, my dear math learners. You already finished the first part of our reviewer series. Now, let us go to part 2.
I got a taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code.